Hello, Stat 252ers. My name is Grady Camps, and today I will be developing a confidence interval for a single population proportion. The data that is gathered is from a simple random sample, and we are going to need to do our EDA on this data. So I will jump into the problem. It's called advertisers, and the problem reads, direct mail advertisers send solicitation mail, junk mail, to thousands of potential customers in the hope that some will buy the company's product. The response rate is usually quite low. Suppose a company wants to test the response to a new flyer and sends it to 1,000 people randomly selected from their mailing list of over 200,000. They get orders from 123 recipients. So here's the data that I plugged into the jump data table on the screen. And our category is if ordered from the ad. And so there are two responses, one being yes, which is they ended up buying the product based on if they got the ad, and we have 123 counts of that. And the rest of the counts are no, so the people who didn't end up buying the product and got the flyer. So we're going to need to analyze this data, and from our jump data table, we first go to analyze distribution, and all we need to do is take our variable, if ordered from ad, into the Y columns category and click OK. And here, all we really get is our counts and our probabilities of our counts. So nothing too fancy. But from here, we can click on our hotspot from our variable, if ordered from ad. Click on the hotspot, go down to confidence interval. And since from our problem, the problem wanted to know, or wanted us to create a 90% confidence interval, we're going to click 0.9. And from this, let me pull this up. We get, well, we want to know it's the confidence interval if they ended up buying it. So we are going to look at our confidence interval from the yes category. And it ends up being that we are basically 90% confident that we are in the 10.7 to 14.1 range. So we have our answer right there. And on to part B. So basically, we know that if for our 90% confidence interval, we know that our answers are going to be from the 10.7 range to the 14.11 range. And okay, so for part C, what this 90% confidence interval really means is that we are 90% confident that the population of people that will buy a company's product if sent a flyer is between 10.69% and 14.11%. So this is based on the 90% confidence interval, but if it was maybe a 95, we'd probably be less sure, so our values would be in a closer range. And then, so part D of this problem is the company must decide whether to do a mass mailing. The company won't be cost effective unless it produces at least a 5% return. What does your confidence interval suggest? Explain. So basically, in our yes category, as we saw, it was from a 10.7% to a 14.1%. And if we are 90% confident that those values are within our interval, then if they're only asking for 5%, then this ends up being very effective because even the lower side of the confidence interval, which is 90%, is 10.7%, and that's already twice as much as the asked for 5% to see if it was cost effective. So that's all we really have today, and thank you.